Hi, I'm Dylan, and this is my compatriot Reed. And Reed and I are being asked a question, as we asked to be asked. John Lee asks us, is there a unique instrument you'd either like to play or at least incorporate into your music? Personally, I'd be intrigued in some lesser known brass instruments like the French horn, trombone, and baritone tuba, or something quirky like the glockenspiel or harpsichord. Keep up the good work and videos. Very kind of you, John. I think it'd be interesting to start by saying we actually have used glockenspiel on a number of our songs, haven't we?
I'm pleased to say I own a very inexpensive one, but I do own one, and it has shown up literally threes of times.
Can we name one of them? I feel like we should be able to, but we might not have that mental capacity right now.
The bridge on Enough of Myself.
Ah, yes.
And one of the ones that we're working on right now.
You did some glockenspiel.
And
Yeah.
on another one from like a year ago, which is called
Give me a hint here. I might be able to help you. Oh, Modern Marvel?
That's
Modern
it.
Marvel.
That's the one.
Haha.
And possibly other times that we don't remember.
Probably other times that we don't remember. But you might be surprised to learn that if you look back at those tunes, you will hear some glockenspiel and also see the glockenspiel on the YouTube video.
Fun fact, I bought that glockenspiel specifically for Enough of Myself because I wanted one in the bridge. I thought it would be a nice happy sound, like faking happy sound to put into the bridge. So I went and got one just for that song.
And it turns out to have been useful, huh?
And it's had very little use elsewhere, but I'm really happy with how it turned out in that one.
Harpsichord and things like that. It'd be great to have. I mean, well, the other thing I want to say is that I did used to play the baritone, euphonium, baritone tuba, whatever you call it, in high school, as well as the valve trombone. Those are both harder instruments to find, but a year or two ago I got given for my birthday for Christmas I got a trumpet. And that's actually going to show up in the one we're working on now, probably, as long as that part doesn't get cut.
It won't get cut. It's too good for the shape, for the flow.
Oh, cool. So yeah, we've got some trumpet pads that I played there as a four-man trumpet section, playing stuff that isn't too high, because I'm really not that good at the trumpet. But trumpet and baritone and euphonium and tuba, they all have the same valve fingerings, so it's all about the embouchure, the mouth shape. In terms of what we would like to work with, I mean, Reed, do you have somewhere to go with this? Because I could go places, but I don't want to take over.
Oh, Dylan and I were talking earlier about how we don't really just sit around and play with sounds anymore. So I go any of those, really. Most of those on the list are ones that I don't know how to play, and so they don't really get into the music. And Dylan doesn't know how to play most of those, so it doesn't really go into the music. And it would be fun to play with any of those. Anyone who has one and is competent enough, good enough, or likes to just make sounds on it that we can play with would be great.
There were a few times, one of my favorites was Old Growth, which we did a while ago. That was back when I was still doing my master's at York. That was about a year ago.
Yes.
And I convinced a friend of mine named Claire to come in and play violin for us. But that really just started with, if any of you want to guest play on our music, we'd love to have you. And Claire seemed interested, so we set up a time with her. And so we wrote this song specifically for violin and the instruments we had access to, which, a little bit of drums and guitars and bass and voice. So really, once we have the instruments, I'm highly interested in writing for them. I'd say, if I have to choose, and I feel like I should, I'd love to write for, an ensemble of, instruments. So either like a choir, not just me, but choir. I've done that a couple of times in a way. Or like a brass ensemble, like a really warm sound. I'd love to do either of those.
I'd love to engineer something that is more than one instrument at a time when I'm playing none of the instruments. It's particularly fun, particularly exciting.
So what
I
you're
don't
saying?
mind playing the instruments too, but can really get into the engineering when you don't have to worry about performance or any of the other aspects. So brass ensemble, sure. Choir, we have done small choir.
Yes,
small-
but that was
small
like
vocal
2.5
groups.
years ago.
Yeah. It'd be fun to
Ages
bust that up again.
So what you're saying is, we need to get a band.
We need to get a band with instrumentalists of any sort, nearly, just about any sort. Synergy, perhaps more important than particulars of the instruments, perhaps.
You sound like have you been in an office building recently?
Forward-facing band looking to maximize lead generation.
Well, this has been question and answer time with Crankbox. I've been Dylan. This has been the Read. Ask us more questions. Put them on Facebook or somewhere else. We'll see them. I would recommend you step outside of your door and howl them to the night sky, but we probably won't hear them because we're not that famous yet.
And I'm usually in bed by like 9:30. So if you howl them toward the noonday sun, I will get them.
So put them on Facebook or YouTube or something, and we'll get back to you.